I know this game happened a couple weeks ago, but it doesn't mean it shouldn't be analyzed. We all know the tear Steph Curry went on in the month of April. I mean, just look at these stats, god damn. And so I wanted to show you guys why Curry is the greatest offensive threat of all time and how one of the best minds in the league in Brad Stevens, along with one of the best defensive guards in Marcus Smart, tried to slow him down. I was going to show how Drew Holiday also tried slowing him down, but the quality was kind of shit, so we're just going to stick with this game. The first thing I want to talk about is gap defense. So after Grant Williams actually makes a layup, he yells at Thompson to back off more. This is because he wants Thompson in the gap. At this point, look at this alignment. You got Thompson and Grant basically in the paint, leaving Damian Lee wide open. Now usually you would see this type of defense against power players like LeBron or Giannis, so they don't get the momentum to the basket that they need to get easy dunks and layups. However, because Curry is so shifty, you're going to need multiple defenders to make sure he can't get in the paint, and even with all this help, he's still able to split through and get the Warriors a good look. And here, notice how Brad Stevens tells Kemba Walker to come into the gap more, so Curry doesn't get an easy drive to the basket and he's forced to take a tough step back jumper. But even then, you can still overhelp. On this play, notice how far Grant Williams is out away from Bazemore, who's a 40% three-point shooter, because he's first anticipating the pass to Green, and two, he's there on the off chance that Curry splits through the double team. When Curry passes the ball, Williams is off balance and Bazemore gets 2 free throws. And during the timeout, you can see Smart telling Williams, just know to not help out on Steph that far, you know? Remember if the screen comes that way and then ESPN cuts the shot away for no good reason, but it's ESPN, so what's new? Anyways, the point is that Williams being that far out away from a 40% shooter to make sure Steph can't split through a double team shows how much teams are scared of him getting started. Besides his shiftiness, one of the hardest things to do against Curry is continuing to chase him in the half court. Sports Science did a study and reported that Curry runs about 2.5 miles a game, which is double the distance of an NFL wide receiver. Because of his ability to catch and fire off the move, this usually gets other teammates better shots, and I'll show 2 instances of it. The first one is probably one of the Warriors' most used sets. So Draymond has it on the block and Looney is coming to screen for Curry. The easiest thing to do in this situation is to switch, but Tatum wants to make sure Curry doesn't get a mismatch on Thompson. This gets Looney wide open, which gets Wiggins an open 3. On this one, the same thing happens. Curry signals for the pass to go to Green, and as he comes off the off-ball screen, 2 Celtics go to Curry, and this gets Toscano Anderson a wide open layup. The other hard thing is stopping Curry in transition. In the fourth quarter interview, Brad Stevens explained the challenge of slowing him down.
Start doubling Steph Curry there. Is that the strategy with him the rest of the way? Because obviously he just makes a shot from everywhere you look.
Yeah, most of what hurt us in the third quarter was transition with him. So, it's hard to double in transition. You got to get back, you got to be urgent, and then if we can get set in the half court, we will do that some.
So here's what he means. As Green's pushing the ball, you can see Curry signal screen, but it's more to throw off the Celtics than to actually use it. This gets Walker and Tatum confused, which gets Curry wide open. If you don't communicate for a split second, Curry will get you. The other thing about transition is that Curry will get matchups that he wouldn't get in the half court. Here he has Kemba and it's an easy 3. Out of the 11 threes he made that night, I counted 4 or 5 in transition, which shows how hard it is to stay attached to him. But here's one where the Celtics did it right, and it shows Marcus Smart's impact on defense. So in transition, Thompson isn't really paying attention to Steph, so Smart yells,
"Intense basketball."
Thompson is one of the more mobile big defenders, so he does a pretty decent job staying with Curry, but now Walker is on Green, which is a mismatch. Smart yells,
"How it plays out, it's not set in stone,"
so that he can take him, and as Green is living in the key, Smart gets the ref's attention for a 3-second violation and he gets it. But to do this for 48 minutes takes a lot of discipline, and not many teams are capable of doing that. One of the most interesting things was how the Celtics initially defended the pick and roll. Initially they wanted to switch, which I was pretty skeptical of. Usually most teams would just double and force Green or the screener to make a play, but they likely didn't want the 4-on-3 advantage all the time. Even though Grant Williams and Tristan Thompson aren't bad at defending guards, Curry is on a different planet. On these clips, you'll notice that he has no problem shooting over them or getting them in the air for a foul or 3, including this crazy 4-point play. But because of how Curry was going, the Celtics didn't want him to get a chance to use the pick and roll, so they decided to double him from about half court. Notice how once this man crosses half court, he is already seeing 2 people. I don't know if I have seen this with anyone else, but it shows the amount of pressure he puts on defenses. And if you don't double him high enough, he will beat you. Here, the Celtics are late to double, and Looney's at the top of the key, ready for the dribble and handoff, and this gets Curry another 3. I mentioned in my other video that the Warriors love the Draymond Curry pick and roll. You can hear the coach yell, and what better way than to get Curry in the pick and fade? This forces a switch on to Thompson, and he draws 3 free throws. Because the switch didn't work, the Celtics made sure Curry couldn't get free, and especially wanted Green to shoot the ball. So in the fourth quarter, as Curry sets the screen, notice how Smart holds on to Curry and Thompson goes under the screen so Draymond can shoot. He passes the ball and eventually Curry takes a pretty tough shot. And with 48 seconds left, notice how Jason Tatum and Marcus Smart switch matchups. This is because Brad Stevens most likely sniffed out a dribble handoff with Draymond and Steph, so he wanted Smart to switch back onto Curry if Green handed the ball off. Tatum is a good defender, but Smart has much better balance and anticipation skills, so if Green tried faking it, he would be better equipped to recover on the drive, which is what happens here, and he misses the layup. So there you go. This video could have been 20 minutes long if I wanted to explain everything, but that would bore too many people. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.